And welcome to this special edition of the ETBU Sportsnet. We're getting ready to talk some softball with some former players and head coach Janae Shirley of the 2016 season. Joining us today is head coach Janae Shirley, former players, pitcher Kelly Jo McClendon, or KJ, and Jamie Perez. KJ was the MVP of the 2016 ASC tournament, and Jamie was a four-time All-American here at ETBU. Then, of course, Coach Shirley is the head coach that's been here 12, 13 years now, I believe, and has just had a storied career. So, first of all, the question that we're going to go with to start it off is to Coach Shirley, and then the players can follow is, I mean, where do you start with this championship win from 2016? It was an emotional tournament for ETBU after the passing of DJ and Trey, former football players. First, just talk about the emotions of the tournament in general and what it meant to all of you during that three-game span.
Well, I mean, obviously going into the tournament, we knew that it was going to be a difficult challenge for us that year. UT Tyler had a really good team, and we're ranked number one in the country. And I think it was the first game of the tournament. Our team was playing pretty well, and I had actually found out about the death of DJ and Trey during the game. And, I mean, it took everything that I had to hold it together through that game. It was such an emotional time for our team and our program. For me as a coach, I mean, I could not have imagined losing two of my players. And, so it was just something that it hit really hard and it hit close to home. A lot of the girls on our team were friends with them. And so I think after that game, the first game, or when that happened, they played really well. And you could just see a different look on their faces. You could see that from that point forward, they weren't playing for themselves anymore. They were playing for something bigger. And, they gave our university an opportunity to latch on to something that was positive. And, it was a really neat and special time. And it was something that I feel like all the girls did for DJ and Trey, did to honor them. And, it made the reality of losing a teammate, losing a brother, losing a sister, very real. And so, I mean, it was just definitely a special time.
KJ, talk about that tournament that you played in and did so well in it, and the emotions that went through that three-game series that you guys swept through for the championship.
Yes, for sure. It was very emotional. And I think, like Coach Shirley said, we just kind of realized that, this isn't about us. This is about something much bigger. And we wanted to play for those two boys and bring honor to our campus and to bring light to a tough situation. I think it gave us that extra oomph that we needed. And it helped us play with heart, and it helped us play as a team together, because we were all shooting for one huge goal, and that wasn't even a championship. It was to honor those boys. And so I think it brought us together, and it helped us play with our heart. And it helped us, unite as a team. And I don't think that, up until that point that we were at that level. And I think it just gave us that extra boost that we needed. And it gave us that encouragement and that goal to strive for those boys. And so it was definitely an emotional tournament. I knew that a lot of our teammates knew them, and just imagining, like Coach Shirley said, losing a teammate like that, it just hurt. And I just knew that I wanted to play for my teammates as best as I could. And also, just leaving all that I had out there. That's just the best that I could do. And I wanted to do the best for them.
Jamie, again, talk about what it meant to you.
Yeah, I mean, kind of exactly like what they were saying. It was emotional. I remember I get chills just thinking about it, because we, like Coach Shirley said, we had played a really good game against UTD. We were all excited. We had won our first game, and then it kind of just flipped. And at that point, we kind of were all like, ooh, what is she about to say? We just won. And I think at that point, we all rallied together as a team to not only play together and for each other, but we knew that like they said, we wanted to honor them. And so the rest of the tournament, we played with their names on our wrists. And I think that really pushed us and encouraged us to play in their honor and play for the rest of our school, play for something way bigger than us, ourselves. And as a team, we knew that we wanted to bring light in a dark situation for our school. So it was great. I mean, it was emotional, but that was exactly what we needed as a team to come together, to be unified, to win that conference championship.
And with that conference championship, you guys, like Coach stated earlier, defeated Texas Tyler twice, #1 team in the nation. That last game you won 2-0, a shutout win. I was there. You know, a lot of ETBU was there. KJ, you were in the circle. You pitched that shutout. It's probably one of the best performances I've ever seen you pitch. I mean, it seemed like everybody was playing at a different level that they'd ever played for before. And that you talked about, you know, playing for something bigger. Talk about that 2-0 win over UT Tyler for the win. Coach, start with you on that.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, like we've talked about, these girls had an extra motive. I mean, obviously you want to be successful to, like, honor your team. And it was such an emotional time for all of us. And, you know, I think you could tell KJ was a phenomenal pitcher, and she had a great year that year. You could see, like, she was throwing the ball harder, and she just had a little something extra that day. I mean, I truly felt like we all felt like we had DJ and Trey right there, like, cheering us on, and it's like we were doing it for them. And so it was just a really surreal, special moment for, like, our team. And, you know, hopefully through that victory and through that championship, we were able to provide some sense of positive feelings or, you know, joy in a really, really dark time for our program. And it was definitely special.
KJ, talk about that game, being in the circle, and what it meant to you that day, and what you were going through.
It just meant so much. Just like you said, we just had that extra, like, fire under us, and I just felt it, and I knew going in that it was just going to be a really tough 2 games. And I knew that, you know, I was now or never, and I just needed to give everything that I had. And I just knew that it was time to buckle down. And I knew that I was playing for something bigger than myself. I knew I was also playing for my team, and also with it being just senior year, like, I just wanted to go out swinging, and I just wanted to give my team the best chance that I could. And so I just did my best. I think coming together as a whole, man, we did. And I mean, I've never seen us play together as a team as much as we did that game, those 2 games. And it was just such an emotional game. And, you know, it's probably one of my most memorable moments of my career.
Jamie, your thoughts that went through that game?
Oh gosh. Well, I knew it was going to be hard. UT Tyler, they're an amazing ball club. They're sound in almost every part of the game. And I think we all knew what we were up against. I definitely think that people portrayed us as the underdogs, which proved people wrong. And I think that just that whole day, we played with passion, we played with emotion. We backed up our teammates on the field, but off the field too. We really stayed unified together. And I think that just that day, being together and having each other's back really made a whole difference. I think it will definitely go down as one of my top moments at ETBU, that's for sure. I remember me personally, I was nervous towards the end of the game because I was playing right field. I had a hurt ankle and I was just kind of like, my body was hurting. And so I was like, okay, like we can do this. And then the last play of the game, it was hit to me. And I was like, don't drop this. And so just that moment together of me catching the ball and throwing everything up and just everybody dogpiling. I had never felt that. And so that was great.
All right. One final question to all of you. Coach, I know you've had a lot of great teams being here at ETBU. KJ and Jamie, you both had 4-year careers here, and then storied softball careers overall. Talk a little about, what this team meant to you overall and like in your careers and for the program, what it did for the program and for you guys to win this championship and kind of where it ranks in your career and what it means to you.
Well, I think for me, I have a different perspective. I've gotten to see so many phenomenal teams come through here, and each has their own identity. I mean, it doesn't matter if there's one or two players different from year to year. The teams are typically totally different, and they find different ways that define them and different things that, make them go. And I think one of the things that this specific team did for our program was that whole situation, that whole tournament, it kind of opened our eyes to us being more than just teammates. DJ and Trey, just how they lost their lives and trying to save each other and all that stuff, it made it so real, and it made it so it made it more than just softball for us, I think. And, I think that's something that at the end of the day, we kind of look to the player left of us and look to the player right of us and just, see a teammate, but we don't see like our sister or brother or whatever. And at that moment, I think it really became more than just a teammate. I think we saw the reality of losing somebody that was close to us and just what it's like to truly support somebody and what it's like to be a true teammate. And so I think that's what it did for our program is it allowed our players to feel like that towards each other, but also see what it really looks like, see the big picture of that, and, see how willing DJ and Trey were to, they were trying to save each other's lives. And that's just, to me, like such a, it was a hard concept for us to wrap our minds around. And I think that painted a picture, and it was a picture that hit close to home. And it really did. It changed our program, and it changed our players, and it changed like our culture a little bit. And so, that's what the 2016 team did for me as a coach. And I think that's what it did for our program.
KJ, talk a little about, what that championship meant to you in that season and ending your career like that.
Well, just, this team in general, we were, like Jamie said, we were classified as underdogs that year for our conference. And I think that, I think we were champions the whole time. I think we just didn't notice it. And I think that situation in that tournament, it, like I said, it lit a fire under us that we didn't know that we had. And it kicked us into a gear that we didn't know we had. And so playing together with this team that season and ending on, such a great note for my career. It just overall, this team will forever be etched in my memory. And I will never forget these girls. And I think that it's a family that, not even now that we can go back to at any point and have that support and, know that we are more than teammates. We're more like sisters, and that we play together with heart, and that, we love each other truly. And it was just a great year in general. And I'm just thankful for that year. I'm thankful for my teammates, for everything that they've done on and off the field. But yes, that year just meant a whole lot, especially since it was my senior year. and we weren't truly expected to do too much that year, but I think that we showed them that we could, and it was just a great ending to my 4 years at ETBU. And like I said, I'll always remember this year.
Jamie, I mean, you had 4 teams that had 4 phenomenal years. Talk about, you know, where this one kind of goes. It's hard to rank all 4 years because all 4 special. Kind of like Coach was talking about, each team has its own. You know, where's this one at in your career for your overall career?
Oh gosh, each team, like she said, each team is special, and each team kind of has their own identity. And that 2016 team, I think just that going through everything that we went through, I guess it really put into perspective, like Coach Shirley said, that they're not just our teammates. You're supposed to love them regardless. If they're our teammate on the field, off the field, like they are your sister in Christ. And I think that was everything that we had gone through that season was something that I guess really pushed me towards what happened my senior year, which it just brought so much different emotion to my senior year, and like really taking a hold of the freshmen, the sophomores, juniors, just creating that whole environment of like, they're your sister, they're more than just your teammate. And so how that 2016 year, it really just pushed me to be a better teammate the next year, which was something that if we hadn't gone through what we did, I wouldn't have been the teammate I was my senior year.
Wow, that's a lot of great stuff. It was a special season. Thanks for sharing your emotions with us today. I know it's kind of hard talking a little about the season and with DJ and Trey and what they meant, but thanks for sharing your hearts with us today about this season and the special season it was. I appreciate you guys spending some time with us here during the quarantine season that we're going through, and be careful wherever you guys are at. Again, thanks for watching this. Follow us on Go ETBU Tigers, ETBU_softball on Twitter. A lot of great stuff that they put out there. And again, thanks for spending time with us, and enjoy your quality time at home now. Thanks for being with us.
Bye.
Thank you.